Hi all, very good morning. Today our topic is how to resolve end of file issue in Apache JMeter tool. Okay, whenever you need to come to the EOF end of file issue, that is mainly whenever you add the CSV dataset config file in parameterization concept. Okay, end of file means nothing is available, no test data, or it's a empty. Okay, it's a empty one only. Okay, whenever you need to run the in load test, right, based on your CSV dataset config file, how the way of you providing the test data, okay, based on how many rows available, how long duration you are running the test, and what are the settings you given, that based you will get the end of file issue. But the problem is whenever run your simple load test, right, in only your system, that time you are able to find the very easily and you're able to solve that one. But when running, it's a multiple load generators and huge test data around 1 lakh rows, around above 1 lakh rows test data. You are using time and multiple test data files you given and multiple load generators running time, right? You need to find out exactly that issue where will be happen and how we need to resolve that. That is some little bit complicated and time wasting process also. Okay, that reason now I will show you this issue how we need to resolve. It's very simple only, but the problem when now running, right, it's everything will reflected to the our test results. Okay, finally today I am facing that issue. Okay, whenever you face this issue, right, end of file issue, automatically entire it's reflected to your test results and finally the test is waste. Okay, it's no use, you need to rerun one more time. Okay, 1 or 2 hours is not a problem, longer duration you run, right, that time it's totally useless. Okay, that reason today you need to find out how you need to resolve this issue. Okay, very simply. Okay, first of all I need to go to my JMeter. Okay, this is my sample script. You can see I am already added CSV dataset config file, right? You can see my file name is e folder username and password. Okay, it's a easy understanding purpose I am creating. Okay, in real time scripts, right, there are very huge scripts that one. Okay, first I need to go to my test data file. Okay, you can see username and password, right? This is my file. Okay, for just example point of view, you can see username comma password, this is my variables. Jojo comma bean is my first username and password. Second one Jojo 1 comma bean 1. Okay, this is the second password. You can see this is the last row. Whenever I click, this is last row. You can click anywhere, it's not coming. Okay, it's not coming that one. Okay, it's not coming means it's no rows available. This is the last row. That is the way only you need to save it. Okay, now you need to save, right? You can close and you need to run. We can see there are two usernames, right? Just two users only. Only two iterations I am running. Okay, just you can wait few minutes. It's done that one. Okay, now two iterations is done, right? You can go to request, right? You can see now it's a username Jojo, first username, and password is Bean. It's done, right? It's working expected after. Okay, second one Jojo 1 Bean 1. Okay, this is also second iteration, it's done. Okay, now two iterations, username and password will be used. Okay, this is as expected, you need to work. Now what you need to do, right? You can go to same file only. You can open that one. You can click on whenever you are pasting the data, that is the notepad file or CSV or Excel file. Okay, you need to double check one, two, three times in your test data file. The reason you have any example, I will click on this is coming next row and next. Okay, you can see now I am able to click anywhere, the cursor will be moving, right? This is my last row. Okay, there are only one or two only it's available, two test data, but the rows will be created. This is the empty rows. This empty rows also it's considered. Okay, in JMeter test data point of view, whenever you need to click right this the you click on to the enter, right, that reason the rows will be created. This one also JMeter will read the test data file pointer. Okay, something somewhere you missed, right? Example, I created this one and I pasted this place. This one I am already created, I am clicked to this place and my 1 lakh records of test data I am pasted. But this whatever the backed files, right, the rows, the backup, it's a rows available, right? This entire rows it's moving to until end. Okay, the rows still it's available whenever you run to the test in load testing something how much duration you run that based. Okay, the whenever you come to the empty rows, right, that time you showing to the end of file. Okay, and it's failed that one, and that same results whatever it's failed, right, everything will reflect in your test results also, and it's very clearly showing EOF, right? Anybody you already know, in performance testing point of view, this is totally test data related issue only. Okay, your entire test is waste, you need to run one more time. That reason, example, now you can see it's the rows will be created, right? How we need to work, you need to see this one, this is totally empty rows, only two rows are remaining, everything empty. You need to save this one. Okay, now go to JMeter. Just you can take okay, go to four users and just four iterations. Okay, now its main concentration, two iterations you have data, remaining two iterations data is not available. Okay, now what you need to can write, you need to see. Okay, now test is completed, right? Okay, now you need to start. You can go to request only and response body. Request and request body only first. Okay. You can see this one. It's a user session. User session is not found means it's not login this one. It's a randomly it's pick to the data. Okay, it's a random only it's picking the data. Okay, the first one only out of what are the two iterations it's available, right? Next one only will be taken. You can see the username. Username is equal to something you need to keep, right? This is empty one only. Username empty and password is empty. Both are. At the same time, you can see the request also login request only. Login request and the username and password both it's not available. Username is not available and password not available. You can go to response, right? You can see user password was incorrect. Prompt user fix the password or sign off. Okay, it's coming this place in directly need to came and displayed, right? And you can see another one. This is the whenever username and password is not available, you need to log into the application, right? That time it's showing generally. And another one, you can see this one. Okay, you can see username is equal to EOF end of file and password is equal to EOF end of file. Both username password is empty. Its data is not available. That time you will face this type of issue. Okay, whenever you will face the issue, right? That is the major issue is only your test data only you have issue, no other things. First point. Okay, and you can moving to the another sessions also. We'll go to request only. You can see this one also is same case. No test data. First two no test data. Okay, username empty, password is empty. Same situation, username and password empty and same message. You can see another row also, another session also same no username and password. It's both are empty. You can see now also same username and password is empty and you can go to response, right? Username is EOF and password is EOF. Just a minute. You can see it's this one also same username and password is empty. You can see same username and password is empty and response body EOF and UIF passwords. Okay, maybe now you understand, right? Exactly. Whenever you will get the EOF file, right, the username and password both are empty, that time you will get the EOF issue. Okay, end of file issue. Whenever you will get that issue, right, that is first point you need to check to the in your test data only issue, no other thing. Okay, you can go to the wherever it's available this empty rows, right, you can click onto the backspace. Okay, backspace until wherever test data is lost, that place you can save this file. Okay, now the username and password is the right test data you saved. Now you can close and go to the in CSV dataset config. Also you can see the settings also, it's very important. First one is the file name. Wherever you located the file name, right, that path you need to provide. File encoding, most of the time you need to use universal text format. 8 only need to give. Variable names, username, comma, password. Uh, Whenever I open to my text file, right, you can see the username and password. This is the variables I am given. Username and password. The same username and passwords only I am given to this place as variable names, username, comma, password. Ignore first line, only used if variable names are not empty. Okay. Yes, I am already given my username and password, right? You need to ignore. Yes, that is true. Delimiter is comma. Allow quarter data means double quotations. It's a false. Recycle on end of file. Recycle means whenever your test data is completed, you need to reuse that purpose. Recycle on end of file means it's a true. That is true, right? That is only whenever it's come to the true. Otherwise, you need to give false. The unique format or duplicate format, you will give the data. The main CSV dataset config file, right? Whenever how many rows you created, that many rows will be checked. How much data is available, it will take in. Empty rows available, that one also it's a read and you will take that data. Data means you do not have any data. It's a empty rows only. It's considered. Okay. First one, this is the recycle end of file. I will give the true, right. Keep on using to the recycle. You need to run the test. Stop the thread on end of file. Whenever complete the test data, right, you need to stop, but I will give to the false. You need to run, keep on using the same test data and running to the how much duration I am given. Sharing mode, it's all threads. It's available only one thread only, but I will select the all threads. Okay, based on your settings, mainly there are two settings: recycle on end of file, stop thread on end of file. Whenever you taken to the test data, it's very unique queue. Okay, end of file, you can use the false. Okay, no recycle, no need to use. Okay, stop thread end of file, true. That time you need to work to the unique queue test data only will be taken. Okay, other than remaining will take it's taken quite opposite. Okay, false and true, right? True and false you can given, and you will use the same test data only. Keep on how long it's given. That way you need to run. Okay, there are whenever you facing end of file issue, there is the two ways you need to check. First one, what are the settings you given in CSV dataset config file, and the second one, test data one. Just remove to the empty rows of text file and you need to save. That is enough. Okay, that is the way you need to resolve to the end of file issue. It's very easy. Okay, whenever you see that word, right, EOF, immediately come to CSV file, CSV data config, and the test data you need to check. That is enough. You can quickly, you need to resolve that issue. Okay, yeah, that's all guys. This issue, this video majorly you need to working that one only. Okay, I'm already faced that issue. That is just I'm providing the information. Maybe anybody you also face the issue, right? That time it's helpful this video. Okay. Yeah, that's all guys. This video. I will connect to the my next video. Thanks everyone. Bye.